Today is Juneteenth. It is a federal holiday that commemorates the day Union troops entered Galveston, Texas, formally ending slavery there. Our Sam Carter is learning more about that day with the folks at Roots 101. He is live for us this morning. Hey, Sam.
In one of the more powerful and intense areas of Roots 101, which is a fabulous, fabulous look at history, both ancient and modern, of really the story of African Americans in this country. This is called the Circle of Hate, and if you pull back a little bit, like Mills is doing right now, you can absolutely see why it is called that. I'm back with Lamont Collins. You are the CEO and the founder of Roots 101. We're looking around at a lot of Klan material here. Talk to me a little bit about the motivation to put this here right in the center of the museum.
Well, you got it. The reason I did it, because hate is the center of this country. Until we move away from hate, we have to identify hate and the history of hate. It's the silence in America is why we're still dealing with things in America. I need people to speak up, talk about what they see, what they do, and how they want to move to a better country together.
You know, what's a good way for people to do that, to start a dialogue, to maybe try, at least attempt to move away from a place of hate and toward a place of peace and love?
Well, I think Route 101 is the first place to start.
Sure.
I think we're committed to the story 365 days a year. We're not committed to tell the story on February 28th or through 28 days of February. We're committed 365 days a year, and that's why it's important.
That is a fabulous point, because we're here today because it is June 19th. It is Juneteenth, and in the news, we have to pick a day to celebrate something.
Correct.
You know, but you guys are here year-round. You guys are telling this story year-round. How important do you see your role in telling the story of African Americans in this community, but also the story of this country?
It's important because our story needs to be told. Our children need to know that they're bigger than what the world shows them. There's a history inside of them. And if you can grow up knowing that you're descendants of kings and queens, knowing that the people that you came from was the origins of man. When we talk about you can't do mathematics in school, but yet Africans created mathematics. When you talk about astrology and talk about stars, it was Africans that looked at the stars and prayed to the God. So Africa has something to offer, and we have to understand what it offers to us as black people. And if our kids get that, they walk different, they talk different, and become different because their history is inside of them.
It's such an important place. It really is. And you really don't really understand how, just from my perspective, I didn't really understand how important this place was until I immediately walked through the door. How do you want, when somebody leaves this place, what do you want them thinking about? Black, white, whatever. What do you want them thinking about when they come here, they spend an afternoon, and they leave?
Well, what I challenge everybody to be is become a better ancestor. I think as a parent, you want your kids better than you.
Yeah.
And as just being a human being, you want the world to be better than the world you're in. So I would say becoming a better ancestor. That's my challenge to young people and older people. And if you become a better ancestor, that means you become a better caregiver to your descendants. And our descendants are the ones that are suffering today.
Beautifully said. We go from a place of hate now to a place of resilience and love at about 6:45. We're going to see that.
Thank you so much. Lamont Collins, a wealth of knowledge this morning to us. All right, Matt, how's the weather?
Like it, become a better ancestor. That's cool for the future.